Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again with Kanga Esports versus Scylla Esports. Two little animal logos there going on, and just gonna get right back into this game after that stomp coming out from Scylla.
Well, if you were to compare monsters, Scylla is a giant sea leviathan and you got a kangaroo, so if I had to put my money just based on mascots alone, I'd put it on Scylla, but as you mentioned, quite the stomp from Scylla Esports in the first round as we go into the picks and bans with both a Scuddy as well as Archery ban for Scylla Esports and a Terror and Hell ban for Kanga Esports.
Yeah, I mean, pretty standard bans here. Hell has been a little bit nerfed, but she still is a strong pick in the right hand, so not surprised to see it at all.
Yes, as we do go straight into the first pick of Kanga, opting in for the Chrono, so that's going to be that's most likely going to be going to the ADC position as we see Scylla Esports go for the Kukulkan as well as the Camazot, so this time Scylla Esports in possession of that Kukulkan.
Yeah, and they're going to have to see how it works out for them as we see Poseidon here.
So that we got a okay, so far so good. That's fine. We got a solo lane, an ADC, and we got a mid. So all good. I see nothing wrong here. Obviously not the highest pick in the solo lane, but something not up just yet. As we've seen Jingwei get picked for the second time today. This time this will be going on to Mingyu. So switching out from that ability-based god to that ADC-based god.
Yeah, I'm just really wondering about this tier pickup. Tier is just really low on the tier charts. Wink, wink. But I don't know. I just don't see why Noose would be wanting to play this.
Hey, the thing is, we've seen tier notch a long time ago, back in the old days. We could actually go back to, I think, to the days of Silicon Esports when we saw tier notch. But we see the bans coming out from them was both the Kepri and the Geb, while the Hummat and Elong Shen from Scylla Esports. But now, I think we're starting to get a bit. Okay, we got a Loki and a Nox.
Kanga Esports. What are you doing with this composition? This is quite clearly a troll composition. We see the Loki picked up here. I don't know where anyone's going on this team, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, it is quite the Hail Mary picker from Kanga Esports, but we will see where everything goes. If I had to put my money on things, I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. Kronos, ADC, Poseidon, mid, tier, solo, Loki, jungle, Nox support. Or you could probably swap the Nox with the tier. That's going to be my thoughts on the matter. We do see on the other side though, Scylla Esports looking at both the Fafnir and the Vulcan for a very scary mid to late game combo. As they're not only going to be blowing up towers, but blowing up gods at the same time.
Looks like we're in game here, and well, I'm just going to say it, you were wrong. We've got a Loki mid here. In the Smite OPL, we have a Loki mid played by Desecrator. This is going to be a very interesting game, to say the least.
Yes, especially up against a Vulcan who not only can outpush a Loki, but does so much more than a Loki. And you see that it is going to be the Kronos ADC. I was right. Poppin' Fresh going for the Season 1 strat of the Poseidon jungle. And Tier, as I said, going for those Season 1 strats of the Tier notch. So bring Hail the King, he is back. But we do see Scylla Esports actually going for the invade onto Noose. 3-man invasion straight off the bat. They don't want Noose to get anywhere near that blue buff. Seems like they want to throw their own spanners into the works as well.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of bullying going on there on that tier, to be honest. I mean, I really don't see this game going well for Kanga, though. Maybe they don't particularly care at this point. I'm really not sure. We see Shred here looking at Desecrator, who's extremely out of position.
Yeah, Desecrator just trying to find possibly any sort of damage onto Shred, but the backfire not only is a great poke, but it's also a good escape tool. Poppin' Fresh and Desecrator, though, working fairly nicely to a lot of pressure onto Shred. He's been left to his own devices as they actually are invading the blue buff on the Kanga side. So Envisionizing KO getting that nice little bit of experience against Noose, who is no longer going to have a blue buff to save him in this duo lane. Not duo lane, I should say solo lane.
Yeah, and he's really gonna need that blue buff because he just wants that sustain as much as possible just to make sure he doesn't get ganked and killed over in this solo lane.
However, in the Joy lane, it's going to be a fairly interesting story. I don't think I've ever seen a Nox support before, so it's going to be interesting to see if the silence into root combination is going to be a strong enough CC, I should say, to actually keep them down. As Mingyu pops the, Skies pops the sprint, but the shell and the beat should be enough to keep them alive as KO draws first blood.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate there with the tier getting first blood. That's really not going to help his case as we see this game continue. Disrupt Bay also having to back extremely early as well is... I mean, this game's just not looking to pan out well.
No, but Kanga, they have the element of surprise. This comp is such a weird draft. that they can pull out some things that they're not expecting. Also, I think one of the funniest strats is going to be possibly the Nox into Loki, where basically Nox dashes into the Loki, pops out, silences them, and Loki just goes haywire, just killing everyone inside. But that's going to take a lot of coordination and skill, and I don't think Scylla Esports are going to allow such a devious combo to work so easily on them.
Devious being the word here with this team composition, as we see Envisionize going ham onto Pop and Fresh on this Poseidon jungle that we haven't even really spoken of too much, considering the other crazy picks as well. What do you think about Poseidon jungle?
Poseidon jungle isn't too horrible. He does have mobility, not to mention he has actually a really good burst damage when coming out from the jungle. He can just throw down the Whirlpool and the Kraken to finish off the job. But Disrupt Bay looks like he's about to be finished off as he's trying to use the minion wave to hide and keep himself alive. The knock-up, not enough to finish off the job.
How is he alive, as we see Envisionize picking up Desecrator over extremely deep in the actually the back of the middle lane here. Shred and Envisionize gonna pick up a nice little kill for themselves there, but I'm still shocked at how Disrupt Bay did not die there. But it looks like Tory Skies is actually diving in deep. We see Mingyu actually picking up the kill, and once again we see this taunt here, but that taunt might be too early, as we see the rest of Kanga Esports coming to clean that job.
So the last war has begun. Tory's guys, though, using that gravelly dwarf laugh to really show that he's the one with the biggest barrely chest to let out a nice obnoxious laugh. He's going to stay in the lane, get a nice little stun to Blaine Anderson, but other than that, Hot and Fresh, as you mentioned, a really nice rotation to try and bring his team back into the game. It's only 1 and 3, so it's not over just yet.
Hop and Fresh, you didn't whirlpool. You didn't whirlpool it now, you just wasted your ultimate. Such a shame here for Pop and Fresh, though. I mean, to be honest, it seems to be the laugh meta here this game. I mean, it's almost unsportsmanlike for Kanga to be playing like this.
Yeah, it's up to them how they want to play. They've had probably one of the roughest splits I could possibly imagine. Not only losing, I believe 3 players for multiple different reasons. So just having the absolute worst, like Disrupt Bay getting stunned down, the airstrike, finishing off the job just to keep getting another kill this time for Mingyu. But oh, Kanga, they run into some bad luck, and it's built up to a point where they want to have a little bit of fun for the final game.
Yeah, sure, I can totally see that now, looking at it in perspective, though we do see a nice blink combo here with the Nox, as you said, those cheeky and devious tactics coming out here, with the Nox being able to jump into people who are quite mobile and travel around. We actually do see Envisionize forced to ultimate here.
Envisionize ultimate, just trying to put a little bit of poke as he runs away. He knows he's not going to be dead just yet, as Blaine Anderson not able to connect with the root. A surrender vote has been signed. I don't think this will go through just because of how things are designed to work. Just because it'd be such an early surrender, that'd be not possible. But having a look at these fights, Blaine Anderson possibly going to land another root, but Envisionize is able to juke away from the root and avoid the silence. KO and Tory Skies now rotating over to the solo lane to kind of group up the fight, and Shred as well is available with the lovely, lovely meatball combo.
Yeah, now we see Blaine Anderson here a little bit out of position, and unfortunately Scylla Esports not really able to capitalize on that, though. Noose actually managed to get a nice pull onto KO, showing that tier notch that you mentioned earlier, picking up a kill onto KO. Yeah,
that's going to be a very nice kill for him. He's actually already got a level lead on KO, which is quite surprising. He thought you would think that a tier would have a bit of a hard time against the Kukulkan, but that little extra bit of sustain, even though he's having to deal with the Kukulkan, as Pop and Fresh rotates in. But Dragon Form and Muse Kraken, it turns out.
That was a huge ultimate there from Tory Skies, and the dash might actually allow him to get away, though we see another Dragon jumping in there. Nice tier skin shout out there, but Tory Skies actually picks up Pop and Fresh with the tower. Unfortunately, though, his ultimate runs out and Blaine picks up that kill. This is an absolute mess.
Yeah, Blaine currently sitting between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower. Envisionize barely misses the leap. And Noose now there as well to try and keep Envisionize as far as possible, but KO Salmon Leap right on top of Blaine Anderson. There's no way of surviving even with a tanky Nox build. Envisionize now in a duel of the death between Noose. He doesn't have that much mana available on Noose, just using the Fearless to heal up nicely as Mingyu forces the pause. There might have been another disconnect, possibly Shroud again, as we've seen in the previous game.
Yeah, I mean, we seem to be having a lot of connection issues here, which is unfortunate, but that gives us time to just stand back. You know, when you look at a piece of art, you need to stand back a bit so you can see the full picture. What's the full picture here?
Well, the full picture is it's actually not that far apart. Only 2,000 XP, 2,000 gold, 4 kills to 6. Kanga, they're not doing so awfully as they were last year. They've actually been able to hold their own fairly nicely, not to mention, now that they have both as they were able to get some kills both in the solo lane as well as some kills onto Pop and Fresh, is going to be a little bit easier. Obviously, having death this early on a Kronos is going to make things a lot harder for when you try and hit that late game power spike, but it is possible for him to just entropy into victory thanks to his new passive, so we'll see how Kanga Esports are able to hold on, or will they fall like 20 minutes like in the last game?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see how this team composition holds up. I mean, do you see this team composition transitioning into the late game? Because that's really what counts here.
In team fights, possibly not necessarily, but Kanga, they have a very strong pickoff lineup. If they can land a Whirlpool into a Kraken into a Loki ultimate, suddenly they're in business. They're able to clean up a kill and run away. Same with the Nox ultimate, they can use it from quite a fair range away. And as long as they keep just looking for small little picks and eventually whittle away the side of Scylla, they might be able to find something as a Vision Eyes. Very, very low.
So low, almost on 1 HP only there, but unfortunately Noose is just going to get picked right off, and we see the Invisionize getting away scot-free. Huge Vulcan ultimate coming out, but unfortunately missing almost everyone.
KO just venting all that anger into Poplin Fresh, and he's not going to survive. Just barely being around him is enough to hurt you. Shred getting very low. It actually gets caught by both the Root as well as the Stellar Silence, but that won't be enough to catch him out just yet. He's got a nice Fapney to heal him up, and he's actually already got the Book of Thoth finish. Invisionize finding Kill and Disrupt, who is now rotated over to the mid lane under that Tier 1 tower.
Yeah, we just see this middle lane here. Invisionize looking to possibly find something with the rest of his team. Blaine Anderson actually going in, trying to pick off Shred, but Shred has beads, and that means Blaine Anderson is going to be the one getting shredded here. Desecrator getting quite low here on this Loki pick. Aegis has already been forced out. Does try and pick up Tory Skies, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah,
Tory Skies with the nice actual hard counter to Loki. It turns out Loki can't really do much without his auto attacks, and if you disarm them, well, he's very much a sitting duck, and that's exactly what happened there. He tried to put a little bit of extra venom into the Fafnir, but he does have just that extra little bit of HP5 available to him, so he's not going to fall just yet. Having a look at the board now, 4-11, the scores have ballooned out just a little bit further, and going to the grass, 5,000 XP as well as 4,000 gold.
Yeah, we see this red buff getting picked up onto Shred here. Haven't talked too much about this Vulcan pickup. Vulcan, extremely strong mid laner currently as we see this Gold Fury getting started.
Yeah, Gold Fury not at all being contested. Disrupt actually just back recently. The only person in the area would be Desecrator, and well, he's going to hear the sound of the Gold Fury falling, but he's not going to be able to deal with it in any way whatsoever. But Poplin Fresh, he might be able to actually find an opportunity as KO is actually quite out of position.
Well, that was a double kill. Huge combo coming out from Tory Skies and Shred picking up that kill, and KO also getting Poppin' Fresh as well. And now we see Mingyu actually chasing Disrupt Bay in his own jungle, though he does pop that speed stim here to hopefully get out. Though it looks like Kronos ultimate is enough, but Tory Skies picking up Noose over in the right lane. Too much is happening.
Over in the right lane, though, as the Tier 1's getting bursted down, Disrupt Bay already having used his ultimate. Shredding Mingyu will be enough damage to really finish off the job. Red buff stolen away, tower is falling, and Kanga, this draft is going very way. So they might have had some force, right? But now Scylla Esports are just going absolutely rampant, finding any kill they possibly can at every single opportunity.
I mean, you saw that Loki ult and how little damage it did, though. Shred does get picked off here by Blaine Anderson, who has a decent scoreline here, 2-3-3, but Mingyu's just going to respond by blowing up Desecrator.
Kraken just not able to finish on Mingyu, the damage not really there. And now Mingyu and Vision and Taurus guys all grouping in this lane. Disrupt Bay rotating over, putting the stun onto both members, but even then the Battle of Hell is going to return the damage in dividends.
Yeah, we see a huge ultimate there from KO, picking up a double kill for himself. It's just an absolute slaughter fest going on here under this mid one tower. A triple kill for KO. Can he pick up a Penta if Desecrator comes in?
No, sadly, Taurus guys, he's playing the squad ADC as he was playing last game, so he's going to be the one to take that final kill. Tier 1 will fall in the mid lane. 5-21 reads the scoreline, I should say. Level disparities are becoming very apparent. It's a 4-level disparity in the solo lane, 3 levels in the... Actually, yeah, 3 levels in the jungle, 3 levels in the mid, 1 level for support, as well as another 4 levels in the ADC position. This is where you're starting to really get to that point of no return.
11k XP at 10 minutes. That's the difference.
That is a very sizable difference, and with Portal Demon trying to be finished up by Scylla Esports, they're going to actually have to leash it just because of the Nox ultimate, so those Poplin Fresh actually might be able to get the Portal Demon.
Yeah, they do end up stealing that Portal Demon, and the beads are popped by Poppin' Fresh to get away scot-free, so that's a little bit of shining hope for Kanga.
And now Blade Anderson going for that cheeky Loki shot I mentioned earlier. Tori's guy's just able to get out alive. That Druid Stone providing just a little bit of magical protection, and KO will be the one to finish off the job onto Blade Anderson. And Mingyu finds yet another kill on Disrupt Bay over in the dual lane at this time, as now the tier 1 over in the dual lane is going to be the next one pressured out, just trying to really make sure we get all the tier 1 towers down before going for tier 2.
We actually see a tier notch here, pulling a nice pull here onto Tourist Guys, getting that kill, but is he able to get away from KO, who's 4 levels above him?
Well, KO, he's perfectly fine. He'll be fine with his teammate dying. He doesn't care too much about Tourist Guys. He's taken Loki ultimates, he's taken Nox abilities. He's going to accept that. And instead, they're just going to look at Scylla Esport, who are now pushing the tier 2. So they're just going to go for that instead. They're not going to be too worried, because it seems like just everywhere they go, Scylla Esport just leaves a massive dead bodies in their wake.
Yeah, we see this tier 2 on the left side getting sieged up quite nicely here, but Blaine Anderson is right and ready to defend here with this Nox pick. I mean, Nox has been picked in support before. It's not a completely crazy thing, but just combined with the rest of this team, it's just... I just can't see this working out for Kanga at all.
Well, Kanga, speaking of possibly not working out, Noose has rotated over the Blink, able to not actually catch Mingyu thanks to the airstrike, giving him the CC immunity, and the actual Earthshake not able to finish off Disrupt Bay, as Disrupt Bay, another Slither helped her escape with Poppin' Fresh picking up the kill.
Yeah, Poppin' Fresh actually doing a nice job there with the kill. Mingyu actually just gets away because of the knock up on the tier, dodging Disrupt Bay quite nicely, but we see a lot of the kills actually coming to the side of Kanga Esports.
Yeah, KO now getting himself another double kill, this time finishing off Noose before he gets that double kill. We see Desecrate on the other side of the map, possibly looking to do the Loki shenanigans of split pushing, but until then, Disrupt Bay very deep, and I mean very, very deep in Scylla Esports jungle. He's actually hanging out by this EXP camp. Yeah, I think he's even just going to let the killer come to Tourist Guys, as KO and Tourist Guys now chasing him, and the Accelerate being used to be that chasing tool, hoping he can make it to the Phoenix.
I think Tourist Guys just wants more kills. I mean, looking at last game with that strong scoreline on the Terror, it doesn't look too different here. 5-2 and 12 on this Fafnir.
So as they get that kill, the tier 2 does indeed fall over in the dual lane. Poppin' Fresh slowing down Envision Eyes for that little bit, but Envision Eyes, he's at Camazot's. He has an insane amount of sustain and able to pick up the kill instead back onto Poppin' Fresh. Over in the solo lane, Desecrator forced to disengage, as now Mingyu and Shred have rotated to the other side of the map to begin their push on that side as well.
Yeah, we do see another surrender boat getting thrown out here. Not sure if we're actually going to see that go all the way through, but we'll have to wait and see. Actually, a nice ultimate coming out from Blaine Anderson, hitting Envision Eyes, but he doesn't have the rest of his team to back him up.
Not only that, it's Camazot's. He's just going to throw himself a nice 2 for the heal, and he's actually going to let KO be the one to pick up the kill for him, as they now make their way towards the Oracle Harpies as well as Gold Fury. Mingyu rotating in as well. He's got a full Devaros Gauntlets and Executioner. Disrupt Bay, the only person in the area to actually be able to stop, and he seems to be very preoccupied with last mapping.
Yeah, and we see Disrupt Bay getting that taunt action going on. Envision Eyes says, no, I'm just going to blow you up for that.
Yes, and now with that Gold Fury, 8-31 scoreline, 14,000 experience and 12,000 gold. Portal Demon is already down as well. Fire Giant possible next target, or they might just go for this tower, as KO diving deeper, allowing himself to tank the tower thanks to the nice build he's got going for himself. Already fairly good items available to him. Mingyu as well, doing a sizable amount of damage to the tower. Yeah,
I'm expecting this middle lane to fall down soon here. We've got 3 members of Scylla Esports here, and that's going to be more than enough to take on the squad of Kanga Esports at this point, considering how far ahead Scylla Esports is here.
KO diving deep, the Kraken will be able to finish off the job, as well as now forcing Fafnir into the Draconic form. He's trying to run away by the Whirlpool, making it a lot harder, as well as Mingyu forced to actually airstrike away. Noose stunned out by Tory Skies, as Mingyu's able to pick up the kill on Disrupt Bay. Noose though still trying to find the kill onto Mingyu and finds it.
Yeah, a huge stun coming out from Tory Skies, but it wasn't enough to save the life of his ADCs. Tory Skies wasn't able to pick up any kills either, and we see Blaine Anderson getting carried away like a little innocent baby with Noose.
Yeah, Noose just being the vessel that Nox needs to hide inside for those shadows, but that isn't going to stop Scylla Esports from trying to push up either the mid lane or the dual lane, or might even just go back to this Portal Demon, which is about to respawn fairly shortly, to go for Fire Giant. They have every option available to them under the sun. They have complete control, and I don't think control is going to be relinquished so easily. They may have taken a tier 1 tower out in the solo lane, but Kanga Esports have a long way to go if they want to pull it back and win this game.
Yeah, and now we see Envision Eyes hanging around this portal demon. It looks like he might try and solo this. We do have Shred over here on the Vulcan ready to get Disrupt Bay disrupted so that he can't go for this.
However, we saw last time that Kanga were able to get the Portal Demon, force again to leash it. Portal Demon does actually go the way of Kanga, but Torres Guys gets the kill on his own. Carry now blinking him with the gay Bulwark.
Yeah, it almost seems that Portal Demon was just a bait to try and get Kanga Esports to come out of the shell that is their base. Envision Eyes picking up a nice amount of kills there, and they're going to go right for this tier 2.
Desecrator actually using the Assassinate to get away from the tier 2 tower as Mingyu had spotted him trying to split push, and while that split push had been stopped, not only that, Scylla Esports now going for this tier 2 tower with the Frenzy Belt to really make sure that tower falls nice and quickly thanks to the fact that Mingyu isn't there. And Scylla, they're not going to stop there. It seems like they actually might even try and go for this Phoenix, as it seems merely the back animation is more of a taunt rather than an actual action.
Yeah, now we see this Phoenix, and it is going to fall incredibly quickly to the side of Scylla Esports here. We do see Noose in the background using that blink to try and get a pull there, but it's not really going to surmount to anything, though we do see the Poseidon ultimate, but Shred does have his Aegis available for that. Envision Eyes picking up Poppin' Fresh in the back line. Now Noose looking to be quite dead soon enough, but we do see Desecrator picking up a kill on that Loki. That will be his first kill of this game.
Yeah, Loki, however, actually able to get himself a double kill onto the support of Tory Skies, but KO in the meanwhile finds the other support on the other side, as well as the kill on Disrupt Bay, and Mingyu, well, he's going to get the Dia side to finish that off, so that's going to be, even though there was a glimmer of hope for Kanga, they weren't really able to stop the siege, and now Scylla Esports, not only is the Phoenix available to them, everyone is dead. It's looking, this is the point where it's like, okay, the Phoenixes are gone, Kanga, even with the Loki, I don't think can split push that insanely.
Yeah, I just don't see any possible way that Kanga Esports will win. Though it is understandable. I mean, there is reason behind why they picked such a comp, though. To me, it just still seems unsportsmanlike, and I'm not too much of a fan of it myself.
Yeah, whatever you say though, at least Scylla Esports, they gave themselves a nice little bit of padded stats. It's a nice little confidence boost going into LAN. They already confirmed their spot a long time ago, being at the top of the ladder, and a 2-0 for them just confirms further seeding for them, which they're going to be very happy to take. KO linking a Gay Bollock again to land onto 2, Disrupt Bay trying to stun out KO to slow him down, but that will only slow him down for so long.
Yeah, we see Envision Eyes actually chasing down Noose here, but Noose does have the ultimate to get himself away. Poppin' Fresh actually picking up a kill onto Shred, which is going to be nice for him. Poppin' Fresh has been landing some decent ultimates here. 5-9 and 5 is his scoreline, but KO is just going to blow him right up. They don't even care about this tower. They just want to kill Blaine Anderson.
Noose accidentally kind of pushing them off the Nox Silence, so they're just instead just going to turn around and say, thank you for the push off the Nox Silence, let's get a free kill. Desecrator gets himself the tier 1 over in the Joy lane, but tier 2 is about to fall over in the solo lane, and 5 minions are pouring into the Titan pit, so it's going to be very hard for Kanga to really do much once they, even if they do get this tier 2, Phoenix still hasn't fallen, and a Fire Giant, well, that's about to fall in favor of Scylla.
Yeah, this Fire Giant is just going to be that extra little bit of power that's going to allow them to really finish this game. Kanga Esports Titan is under attack, which is pretty much summing up what this game is about to surmount to.
Yeah, I feel like the best way to sum up this game is death from above. I mean, you have the Camazot's Bat Out of Hell, the Jingwei Airstrike, and you also have the Fafnir using the underhanded tactics to come from above. So many, and even the Vulcan ultimate as well, which is a giant missile from the air. So just a massive aerial assault that's been devastating the Kanga Esports lineup.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you... so we move... Sorry. We move on with the game here. We see Loki's incredibly far out of position, though he does have that stealth, which is one thing we don't get to see too often, because we don't get to see Loki picked too often.
Yeah, Loki is one of those things that you might see in your pub stomping you, but very rarely will it actually work against an OPL team. And Envision Eyes doing work around 3 members now, trying to finish off this Nox, who's very elusive. The Kraken, though, will be the thing I'll shut him down, while KO picks up a kill on Disrupt Bay right around the Fire Giant.
Yeah, and it looks like this might be the moment that Scylla Esports consider winning this game. They are barreling through the jungle here to try and chase down Noose, who's extremely low, though. Noose has enough of distance to get away.
Yeah, Noose, even though he's able to fall back, that's not really going to mean much when they're going to be meeting you halfway at your Titan. Phoenix now being attacked on the solo lane side. 5 minions are about to push in on the middle lane side as well. So, Scylla Esports, all the momentum is in their favor, and they've got to wait another 6 seconds before Nox is up. The Whirlpool looks good though, but Noose is now just standing there, not really wanting to follow up.
Yeah, I mean, he missed the blink dash there, so there was nothing he could really do at that point. Scylla Esports looking to end this game here. Vulcan Ultimate actually missing everyone, or at least Aegis is being popped. To stop that, we see Blaine Anderson, who's been a part of almost every single kill this game, just trying to make something happen with his team, though it is quite clear as Desecrate actually picks up a double kill.
And Tori Sky is caught in the whirlpool thanks to the root as well. Dies inside that whirlpool, but Shred, seeing two opponents who are just sitting there, is going to use the backfire as well as another magma bomb to not only pick up a kill, but he's also looking to try and finish off two people at once. But Desecrator, he is level 18 and he has a Titan's Bane. That's a lot of damage, so Titan will be defended for that a little bit longer, but how much longer can Kanga Esports hold?
I don't know if you just saw it, but those pings on the map went right down the middle lane. Maybe Kanga Esports think they can actually do something about this game. Shell is popped by Blaine Anderson, but it's not going to be enough to save his life. Envisionize picking up a double kill. Envisionize
immediately saying, okay, you're Loki, that's cute. Well, I'm Loki 2.0 who can heal and also do way more than you, so I'm just going to finish you off. Well, actually, I'll retract that. Loki 2.0 is Daichi. Camazot is the heal bot 2.0.
Yeah, Camazot's being a Loki 2.0 pretty much sums this up perfectly. This team composition that has been drafted by Kanga Esports is almost a Season 1 composition apart from some of the newer gods here. And it's just not working out for them, unfortunately.
I'm fairly sure Nox is Season 1 though. So that's why it's like, oh, and Envisionize also getting Disrupt Bay. The rewind's only so quick.
Well, Nox was Season 2, though. I might be wrong there. But either
I'm sure
way,
someone in chat will call me a dumb idiot for not getting it right. So it's all good. That's the way things go.
We got chat to fix our casting mistakes. And that's what matters.
And speaking of mistakes, Scylla Esports looking to rectify the mistake with that last time push to try and take down this mid Phoenix once again. It's now at half health, so it's a lot easier to actually finish up. But Mingyu is much more focused on taking the Gold Fury before going to the Phoenix. So they really want to make sure they have enough gold to finish up all those very important items.
Yeah, we see this Phoenix here. It looks like it is just about to fall. We do see Noose getting a nice pull there, but Beads and Aegis going to keep Envisionize alive. Huge ultimate once again coming out from this from Poseidon here, popping fresh, just popping those ultimates over and over again. And it seems like Scylla Esports are having some difficulty finishing this game.
Well, it makes it a little bit hard when both Shred and as well as Mingyu were both actually around the Gold Fury. They weren't anywhere there for the Gold Fury push. So as soon as Fafnir went in, they're like, well, you've leaped. We can slow you, we can root you, we can cripple you, and we can kill you. And that's exactly what they did. But now Mingyu and Shredder here, that double team of damage. And Blaine Anderson, he needs to be careful because he's already used that silence to try and stop them from getting any closer. So Mingyu trying to look for possibly kill, or maybe just go straight for the Phoenix and try and split push that down instead.
I have one question for you, Lynx.
Yep.
Do you think Kanga can win this game?
With the way it's going, it seems like Scylla are having a bit too much fun with this game, so that actually might be a case just because of how silly Loki is when it comes to split push and how Desecrator, he actually is still building seriously, don't get me wrong. Popping fresh, forced to pop the Aegis there. The Nox ultimate also going to connect onto Mingyu, forcing him to retreat as well as Desecrator. He actually might be able to find a kill onto Mingyu if he's able to walk fast enough.
There we see Desecrator here moving right onto Shred. They're doing a lot of damage. This Loki could potentially surmount to something the later this game goes, but Mingyu does pick up that kill though. Disrupt Bay does finish off Shred as we see Tourist Guy's looking to see what he can do for his team here. Ultimate from the Kronos already being forced out. Mingyu looking quite low here, but he should be able to get away here.
KO blinking at the gate, but we're going to get a double kill. Top button pressure, however, going to find the kill onto Ming with a nice Kraken, as well as and now Disrupt Bay forced to use Aegis to run away. Noose and Disrupt Bay working together to try and zone away KO as Disrupt Bay letting Noose tank for him, but Envisionize, he's on the scene as well, and Envisionize, he's going to be that triple threat that finishes off the job, as now only Scylla Esports turn it around 4 kills to none. Noose trying to stop 5 minions from pushing into the already dilapidated Phoenix, but Scylla Esports, they got to ignore that one and go straight for the middle Phoenix without 5 minions just to give themselves that extra bit of 5 minions to keep that push going.
Yeah, and it looks like this is going to be the moment if Scylla Esports so choose to finish this game, and it looks like they're going for it. This Titan is going to fall, and that is the game here for Scylla Esports. Oh, not quite yet. They're looking to find those last few kills to pad their stats, but no, Envisionize with the basic attacks finishes that game off. That's a 2-0 to Scylla Esports against Kanga Esports.
Yeah, Scylla Esports, now that they've been able to defeat Scylla Esports, they got to really look forward to that legacy matchup in week 6. That's going to be the really key factor, and even though it's not going to exactly affect the ladder per se, it's going to affect how they actually go with their rationale into the regional finals. So that's going to be an exciting match to look forward to next week. But that will finish us off for this week in the OPL.